Unli with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus Unli Facebook or Unli TikTok. Load now!
Happy anniversary at TNT! Pangmalawakang coverage. With free data, calls, and texts. At sulit na rewards.
TNT, 25 years, tuloy ang sulit saya sa buong bansa.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best-ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! The Unli with Smart Power All 99. Hindi na bitin with 10 gig data plus Unli Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Hindi umulan!
Hindi mo tayo makakabenta!
Yes!
Don't worry! The Unli with Smart's Power All 99. Hindi bitin ang benta with Unli TikTok or Facebook plus 10 gig data and more. Load now!
Itong part na to.
Si Vic Soto na ata ang pinakaswerteng tao sa Pilipinas. Kahit hindi niya alam, kahit hindi niya sinasadya. Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
PlayTime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo. Swerte sa akin ang PlayTime. You're welcome! PlayTime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo.
Hindi umulan!
Hindi mo tayo makakabenta!
Yes!
Don't worry! The Unli with Smart's Power All 99. Hindi bitin ang benta with Unli TikTok or Facebook plus 10 gig data and more. Load now!
swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
PlayTime. Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Swerte sa akin ang PlayTime. You're welcome!
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! The Unli with Smart Power All 99. Hindi na bitin with 10 gig data plus Unli Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
El General All-Purpose Epoxy, palabahan sa kahit anong dikitan.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka. Sa dikitan, di ka papalya. Sa ABC, sigurado ka. Pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Itong part na to.
Okay po.
swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
PlayTime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Swerte sa akin ang PlayTime. You're welcome!
El General All-Purpose Epoxy, palabahan sa kahit anong dikitan.
nakalimutan dito! GG, bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus Only Facebook or Only TikTok. Load now!
Happy anniversary at TNT! Pangmalawakang coverage. With free data, calls, and texts. At sulit na rewards.
TNT 25 years, tuloy ang sulit saya sa buong bansa.
My future.
Right? What's the plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet. Get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus Only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Hindi umulan!
Di mo tayo makakabenta!
Yes!
Don't worry! The Only with Smart's Power All 99. Hindi bitin ang benta with Only TikTok or Facebook plus 10 gig data and more. Load now!
Itong part na to.
Si Vic Soto na ata ang pinakaswerteng tao sa Pilipinas. Kahit hindi niya alam, kahit hindi niya sinasadya. Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
PlayTime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo. Swerte sa akin ng PlayTime. You're welcome! PlayTime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo.
Yeah, we got a lot of those paper.
I know. I didn't realize when I saw my account. I was like, oh.
All right, into the realm of the UAAP universe. This time around, our last scheduled ball game for today is between these two teams, actually, who are trying to bounce back from their respective previous losses. UST Growling Tigers going up against the UP Fighting Maroons. We continue with so much more of this, of course, a preseason tournament that we're having right here at PlayTime Cares Filoil EcoOil Center here in San Juan. And we'd like to welcome everybody, Benji Santiago, along with Camille Clarin. And of course, these two teams that we're talking about, of course, UST and UP, are going to be bouncing back. At least that's the whole intention here.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see a team like UP who's familiar with success to see how they bounce back against UST.
All right. And UST, of course, everything, all the preps that they need to happen for them as they go into these challenges in the UAAP bracket. We're taking a look, basically 2-1 win-loss record for both teams, UP Fighting Maroons and UST Growling Tigers. And this is our team standing so far, just to update all of our viewers about what's happening right here in the UAAP bracket. And not only that, if we're going to be taking a look at the UST Growling Tigers, their loss against FAU, that was kind of a heartbreaker, especially with a lot of their players that they really actually were expecting to perform well, did not exactly do the same thing or as expected.
Yeah, I think UST is a team that's centered around their point guard. Of course, we know Padrigao had an off night that game, but it's going to be interesting to see how he holds up against the guards of UP.
And taking a look there, of course, the number of blocks that favors FAU and all of the other actually departments that the FAU has been able to take care of against UST. As a result, UST have learned from that experience, and we will try to see Peter Osa can be consistent the way he has performed in that loss garnering 17 and 8 for him in that particular ball game.
It'll be a good matchup between both imports. I think they're both new to the league, both new to their teams. So it'll be good to see how they match up and who will come up on top.
And we can remember that particular weekend when we had actually that ball game between De La Salle University and the UP Fighting Maroons, where we were filled up to capacity here in our venue. And who can actually forget about that? Well, they're trying to forget about it, at least in the case of UP, when they lost out to DLSU.
Yeah, I think if we're looking here at the graphic, it's glaring that the inside points are lacking for UP. So against a team like UST, hopefully they're able to capitalize on that rather than rely on their very good shooting. As we can see, they've been shooting super well from the three, but we'll have to wait and see if it's sustainable.
There was actually Terence Fortea and Harold Alarcon who were performing better. Ray Remogat kind of missed out in that particular game, and I don't know if he can manage to come back real strong. But Francis Noruca has been a very, very strong FSA here for UP. Look at his numbers, 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals for that matter. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe he had a couple or 3 dunks in that particular ball game. It's a usual thing for him.
Yeah, he's very efficient in the minutes that he's been given. I think it's great to see an FSA that's able to capitalize on that, especially on a guard-oriented team like UP.
All right, we're going to be taking a look, and we will see this matchup as it progresses. Both of them in their previous respective losses only had 4 points, and we know they could come up with bigger numbers. Look at their averages here. They are truly the players that, of course, the whole team could rely on, because these are point guards that we're talking about, Fortsky and Ray Remogat.
Yeah, we see 2 teams who are very, they're ran by their point guards. So it's interesting to see how they're going to be able to get their players involved the whole game and to see if they're able to step up compared to their last output.
And they sure have a lot of making up to do if they want the respective teams to come up with a win for this particular ball game. UST Growling Tigers versus UP Fighting Maroons. That's headed your way. We'll come back right after this break.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Playtime! Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo.
El General All-Purpose Epoxy, palabangan sa kahit anong dikitan.
Hindi umuulan!
Di mo tayo makakabenta!
Yes!
Don't worry! The Unleash with Smart's Power All 99. Hindi bitin ang benta with only TikTok or Facebook plus 10 gig data and more. Load now! GG bro! Don't worry! The Unleash with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Sa ABC, sigurado ka pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Playtime! Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo.
Happy anniversary at TNT! Pangmalawakang coverage. With free data, calls, and texts. At sulit na rewards.
TNT 25 years, tuloy ang sulit saya sa buhay.
future.
Right? What's a plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
Is the 18th Filoil EcoOil Preseason Cup. The last game for today's triple header features the University of Santo Tomas Growling Tigers versus the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. Let us now meet the starters first for the UST Growling Tigers. Starting at point guard number 3, Kyle Paranada. Shooting guard number 12, Ice Danting. Small forward number 9, Nick Caballero. Power forward number 10, Angelo Crisostomo. And at centers number 0, Peter Osan. Head coach for the Growling Tigers is Pito Harancho. And now, please meet the starters for the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. Starting at guard number 18, Harold Alarcon. The other guard number 20, Janjan Felicilda. At forward number 8, Jacob Baila. The other forward number 9, Francis Noruka. And at centers number 55, Gany Stevens. Head coach for the Fighting Maroons is Goldwyn Monteverde. Introducing our officials for this ball game, our crew chief, Hector Villanueva.
And taking a look at the PusoP.com starting 5 here for UST. They have Kyle Paranada, Ice Danting, Peter Osang, Nick Caballero is back. And Mel Crisostomo will be seeing action as the starting 5 for UST. For UP, they have John Felicilda. So Ray Mogat's not starting. I don't know if he is playing. Francis Noruka, Gany Stevens, and bakit dalawin John Felicilda natin dyan? May kapatid ba talaga siya? Harold Alarcon will also be part of the starting unit here for the UP Fighting Maroons. Welcome here at PlayTime Filoil Center here in San Juan. And of course, we'll be trying to find out if Ray Mogat's going to be playing. Anyways, we have our courtside reporter, May Reyes. He's going to be talking to us a little later on. And once in a while, she's going to be providing us with all the necessary details about this exciting ball game that's just about to happen here. So how are you all doing? The start of a brand new week. And make it as good as you expect it to be by joining us here for more of the action.
I guess Felicilda does not have a double, and it'll be Baila replacing him on the starting 5.
All right, so Jacob Baila. And it's good to see him again in action here. All right, so here we go. Again, trying to bounce back from the respective losses in their previous game. One of them might be able, actually will be able to get that win. They go separate ways to win one. Their win-loss card in our team standings. And a turnover to trying to get things going for them here for the UP Fighting Maroons. Harold Alarcon committing that turnover. How do you expect these two teams actually to start coming off losses here, Camille?
I think it's definitely going to start with the point guards as we've seen. Right now, the matchup is Felicilda and Paranada. So to see who's going to be more aggressive and getting their players the ball, I think that's who's going to be successful in this game.
Well, Kyle Paranada opened it up with a three-pointer. Here he goes, trying to make a three-point play, but his attempt did not go. And instead, he'll be given 2 free throws. And Harold Alarcon, earlier with a turnover, now commits his first personal foul. And free throws brought to us by ABC Tile Adhesive. Sigurado ka dito. After hitting a 3, he missed his first free throw. And He got the one, the second one, please, to go down. 4-0 start for the UST Growling Tigers.
They definitely need to focus on their free throws after their last matchup with FEU and UST. They shot below 50% from the free throw line. And against UP, you need to capitalize on those free throws.
Something they really have to address big here in this ball game. UP unable, an empty possession, and here's UST Growling Tigers. Nick Caballero, yes, he is back. He gets double teamed. Another open look for a three. Another make. Chelo Crisostomo with a three-pointer. Making it already 7-0. Yes, go ahead, Camille.
It's nice to see Nick as a facilitator, not so much as a scorer. So I guess it'll add another aspect to his game if he can do that consistently.
He's just getting warmed up, I would say.
The scores will come later.
Yes. Shot clock going down. Forced to take it from the outside, Francis Noruca. I don't believe that's his range. Osang keeping it in play for UST with that tap. It's another three-pointer.
Oh.
That's a hard hit right there. Harold Alarcon seems to be A-okay, but he's getting himself involved in every play, both on offense and defense here.
7-0 run is pretty interesting, especially just under 3 minutes of the game.
Well, actually, it sure has been a long time. I guess a couple of weeks already since they last played here for UP Fighting Maroons, since that loss to the LSU. Peter Osang down on the floor. Sean Alter colliding with him. And it's a foul on Sean Alter. Look at this strong, aggressive move to the basket.
Yeah, it's good to see Fortea wanting to go to the basket, especially someone who's known for his shooting. He definitely needs to be aggressive in the paint.
He had 17 in that loss to DLSU coming off the bench. Here's Osang. He's going to be given 2 free throws.
That was a difficult catch. I mean, through 2 people in the paint, he was still able to get a shot off. It's pretty
He's
impressive.
really trying to prove his worth here for UST. It's not the most athletic FSAs that I'm seeing here, but he gets the job done.
He's very masipag, which is what you really want. You need someone who's active in the paint, both offense and defense.
And then not only that, he's got this good chemistry working out for him with his teammates for UST. Look at him fight for that loose ball.
First one on the ground.
8-0 na ito para sa UST. Kanila pa ang bola. Oh, Nick Caballero with an ankle breaker. Just couldn't get the shot to go down.
Nick Caballero has a certain kind of pace where he's able to just stop on a dime. I think it's a very underrated skill to have. He plays with pace for sure.
Of course, we're waiting for him to get himself on the board here. Wow. Second three-pointer for Kyle Paranada, the third for UST, taking their lead up to 11-0 right now. Play almost broken up, good recovery, but shot clock going down. 5 seconds for UP, still can't find the hole.
UST has been forcing them to take bad shots in the end of the shot clock.
And now they're giving up on a lot of fouls here. Take a look at this three-pointer of the quarter brought to us by Jangnan Hotpot. Hotpot ba? Jangnan na.
20 seconds.
Here's Kyle Paranada once again. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Wow. UST is shooting lights out. 14-0 lead. That is not something we may have expected coming into this game.
And then a turnover by UP. Referee's whistle halting play. 5 minutes and 57. It's now 14-0. The USC Growling Tigers.
Timeout, UST Growling Tigers.
USC calls a timeout, but UP needs this more than them. They have nothing to show for on the board yet.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka. Pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Itong part na to.
Okay po.
Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
Playtime! Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas dun, ha? Swerte sa akin ng Playtime. You're welcome!
Sa ABC, sigurado ka. Pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Yes, believe it or not, that's our score. UST doing their thing here, scoring almost at will, and that's for UP. What do they need to do, Camille?
UP they need to get the ball out of Kyle Paranado's hands first of all. I think he's definitely had most of the output. UP is a great defensive team. I think maybe on the rotations, that's where they're struggling a little bit. But it all starts with defense, of course.
Coach Pino Harencio, along with assistant coach Peter Martin on the bench for USC Growling Tigers, with Kyle Paranada splitting his cherries. Is Peter also coming up with an offensive rebound, and another foul given up by UP.
That puts them in the bonus, and it puts Osang back at the line. Not necessarily something you want to see up 15-0.
5 minutes and 49. A lot of minutes have already gone by here, and UP still unable to make a basket. Could we call it maintenance? Just, you know, check that remote.
Something doesn't seem right. 16-0?
Well, there were a couple of games that have been played earlier. Maybe this time. There you go.
There you go. They're bread and butter. They live by the three. I mean, shooting 49% from the three-point line is a great stat. So they need to capitalize on that, on their strengths.
Peter Osang with another offensive rebound, but cannot cash in inside. Anyways, Waylon Torres coming off the bench, already providing the big basket there in UST. Very active also on their defense, that shot block. And another foul. It means more free throws to be taken here by UST.
Seems like almost every possession UST is at the line somehow.
But they're showing aggressiveness. And truly they started this ball game like a house on fire, led by Kyle Paranada. We see Coronel seeing action here for UP. A lot of personal changes on the floor here for UP, and only managing to come up with 3 points, courtesy of Raylan Torres earlier.
UST is doing a good job at taking away UP's transition. Their transition defense is really on point right now. They're not giving them anything on the break.
Fortsky Padrigao is yet to see action here for UST. Shot clock is down to 6. The step through. That's the nice offensive rebound for UP that time.
If they can't get anything in the set play, it's good for them to be aggressive, getting second chance points.
Lemon checking in for the first time here for Danting. That's for a UST. Oh, Coach Paul Perason was the sports head for the UP Fighting Maroons. Sana yung kilay ni Coach Bo. Doesn't look good. Peter Osang, a well-deserved rest here in the first quarter.
Great 6 or so minutes for him.
Almost. Ball being tossed up and around. It ends up with UST. A three-pointer coming up short.
They're just, it's simple. They're just beating them on the boards right now. UST is more aggressive.
What could really fire up UP here? We're still waiting for that to happen. Well, there's also the shuffling of the personnel here for UST Growling Tigers. And Anastasio is on the floor. It's another good-looking three-pointer. That's a 5th here in the first for the Growling Tigers.
For a team that shoots 25% on a regular day, this is a very nice turn of events for them, I'm sure.
Jello Crisosimo already in double figures here in the first period. 21-4 lead here for UST. Offensive rebound, rarely happening for UP. The problem is, can they score? Can they come up with more than 4? Didn't
Such
happen.
disciplined defense. Good box out.
And then that steal. Crisosimo. And Lemete just came in. Talk about instant offense for UST. Stretches their lead right now, 23-4. And then that steal, the quick hands are a part of the UST Growling Tigers. Crisosimo, that could be an unsportsmanlike foul.
It's so nice to see the young guys stepping up right away. Instant impact off the bench. I think that's not necessarily something you see very often with kids coming straight out of high school.
Making a good impression for their coach, basically, trying to earn their minutes.
Earn their minutes, exactly.
Yes. Let's take a look at this sequence here. Terence Forte holding on to Jello Crisosimo, and the referee's initial signal was an unspill. They reviewed it.
Upon review, it's a sportsmanlike foul whistled on UP Fighting Maroons number 10, Terence Forte, for unnecessary contact to stop the progress of transition. That's a second personal foul.
Talk about the frustration woes here for UP.
And down 19 in the first quarter is definitely not familiar territory for them. So I get the anger, a little bit of agitation coming in, but they're a champion team for a reason. They just need to get back to the basics right now.
Yeah, you made mention they are a champion team. It doesn't show here, at least in this particular ball game. Jello Crisosimo already has 12, make that 13. Possession still stays for UST. The utilization of players from the bench for Coach Pido Harencio. We're still here in the first quarter, folks. And it seems like UST have already utilized almost all of their players.
Yeah, to be up 21 and you have Nick and Fortsky on the bench is looking very good for UST.
UP who could spark something for them. That miss for a 3.
Yeah, they're looking to get something early in the shot clock, but maybe they should.
Second basket for Limit. Helpless on the defense was Joshua Coronel. Instead, he's going to be called for the foul. Seems like there's no limit to Limit.
Yeah. There you go, push the ball.
And who could really actually lead them here in the first period? Fighting off the pick, and that's going to be a foul. Limit will pick up number 1. And only 3 team fouls on UST here in the first quarter.
UP needs to get paint touches. They're playing around the perimeter a little too much right now. They're not creating anything inside.
Not exactly sure if Rust could play in here for UP. Since I've already said earlier, it's been a couple of weeks since they last played here. They got to move on. They got to be able to get over that loss to their rival, the LSU.
Especially it's only the preseason.
Yes, that's right. Forced to take outside shots. Those are the only things that UST is giving UP here in the first period. More fouls given up here by UP.
Yeah, UP seems like they're being forced to take shots they're not usually looking for in their offense, and USC just seems to push the ball right after their misses.
That's the time we hear Fortsky Padrigao's name in proper bench decorum. And nevertheless, they have this big lead here, 27-4. Could even be higher. I spoke too soon. Although he's got 4 points and 2 rebounds off the bench. We're talking about Mark Allen Lemont.
Split at the line. UP needs to make something happen right now.
This is just the first quarter. They're almost
at 30?
Yes, indeed. This is how it has been happening for UP. EcoOil will be called for the foul. But that's a shooting foul. That'll pave the way for Francis Noruca to be shooting free throws.
Shooting 2 for Francis Noruca.
Yeah, better call maintenance, guys. You have to check on that basket right there. Somebody put a lid on it or something. I don't know.
And we've been talking about, even pre-game, how UP has been shooting so well. So what's the solution when they're not shooting well from the 3, right? As a team that doesn't necessarily have the biggest inside presence.
Well, at least make the free throws.
The gimmies. Oh. It does seem like there is a lid on the net right now. Maybe we can't see it from our angle, but I'm sure the players feel it right now. you go.
Yeah. But limited to only 5 points. 1:20 remaining. And UST has got themselves to reaching almost 30 points here in the first period. It's the execution of that half-court offense for UST. Levitt finding a hole in the middle. Got Clobber there. Good save. Francis Zoruca. UP in transition.
There you go. There's numbers.
And then that floater. Terence Fortea with his first basket.
Cutting the lead down to only 21 now.
Can UP get to 10 points before the end of the first period? Remember, 5 3-point shots made for UST. They have an offensive rebound here.
Oh, there you go. Push the ball.
Terence Fortea goes for the long two. Can't go back-to-back. Francis Zoruca underneath.
Great patience.
It sure was a long time coming here for UP. Basically, this is how we know them. You know, crashing the boards and everything.
Being aggressive in the break. I think they did have a 3-on-2 on that possession, so it would have been nice if they could have taken advantage of that, but they got to the line.
And they have missed plenty from the line here for UP. They're 2 of 7.
6 on the clock. Let's see.
Going for the last shot. Almost getting a basket right there. And what a big, big start here for the UST Growling Tigers. 28, not being able to reach 30. But we couldn't ask for anything more when Kyle Paranada actually waxed hot. These are the best plays of the quarter, brought to us by PlayTime Cares. Crisostomo, the bombs from the outside really exploding. And with a mighty, mighty big sound. And as for UP, it was very, very seldom that they could find a hole. They need to reorganize. 28-9, a big lead for UST to end the first 10 minutes of play.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka, pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Itong part na to.
Okay po.
Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
Playtime! Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas dun, ha? Swerte sa akin ng Playtime. You're welcome!
Back inside the PlayTime Filoil Center, the Growling Tigers may be coming off a loss, but Nick Caballero is fresh from his national stint with Gilas 3x3. You know, I asked earlier, Nick, what is his pasalubong to the team, to which he responded with a poker face. He said, ang presence niya, ang pasalubong niya. But jokes aside, you know, Nick said he brought back some chocolates for his teammates to enjoy. But on a serious note, his presence and his leadership might be the key factors that the team needs now, and especially now. And today, Nick is not just a senior Tiger, he's also the team captain after all. And with a strong first quarter, he's really leading by example. And we can say, welcome back indeed. But for now, over to you, Benji and Cici.
Thank you very much, May. And of course, a lot of problems needed to be taken care of here by UP. As for Nick Caballero, it quickly rubbed off on his team the way they're actually performing aggressively. And how do you like the 36% shooting for UST, 7 of 19, and UP only making 15%, 3 of 20 in the first quarter. Rebound story, 21-13 for UST. Assist, only 1 for UP in the first quarter. Here we go.
And UP is leading actually the league right now in assists with 23.7 per game. So to see 1 only in the first quarter is definitely a part of the problem right now for them.
There were a lot of those good passes. They just could not convert. Francis Zoruca with a rejection. But UST hangs on. Portsky with a setup for the three here. Bang! It goes in. Emil Asido, it's like everybody's involved. All of a sudden, they're specialists when it comes to outside shooting here for UST.
It seems that they switched for today. Someone's strength becomes someone else's weakness.
Yep. 31-11. Fordsky Padrigal setting up his teammates. Here's another good look.
Back to back.
And still that onslaught continues here in the second quarter for USC Growling Tigers. Who would expect, actually, it's going to go this way?
Definitely not us or the viewers, I'm sure.
We've shown the numbers at the top of our coverage. And this three-pointer brought to us by Jangnan Hotpot. Jangnan. We talked about what they can do. It's a big threat here for UST. Although they lost to FEU, and as for UP, I don't know if they have managed to overcome, that heartbreak against DLSU. Francis Zuruka adds up to his points. He's got 4 here in the first half.
I think it'll be good to see Fortea do more of that down the stretch. I think he really needs to create, especially right now. He's essentially their non-traditional point guard playing on the floor.
First team foul for UP.
Is this happening because of the absence of Ray Remoga?
Yep, I think they definitely need to fill a gap right now. We did see Feliciano get a couple of minutes at the beginning, but right now it seems like Fortea is carrying the load for point guard.
Everybody's wearing a smile on their faces here for USC Growling Tigers. Whether they're checking in or going out, that's a turnover. But indeed, the effort was right there for Charles Buxi. 7 Gagate, not much from him. He has to be replaced. Only got 1 point and 1 rebound. Eliandres is playing and replacing him on the floor.
Horns action.
Ooh,
wow.
Peter Osang with his own shot block here.
From our angle, it looked like he was way too far to block that, but apparently not.
Peter Osang, you have made mention how hard-working he has been here for UST. And that's all. Oh, that's a gimme basket and a sorry miss.
Oh, they are not capitalizing on the fast break advantages for sure.
Ano na nangyari sa UP? At least this is just the first half. Milicido, there was a warning for faking a foul.
I did think there was a little contact, but he may have sold it a little too much.
The referees are used to that already.
Yeah.
They have seen almost everything. Wala nang makakaligtas sa kanila. Here's another open look for referee. Look at Peter Osang fighting to grab that rebound, but he can only do so much. At least that time around. 7 minutes to play here in the first half.
Substitution.
Terence Fortea only has 2 points in the ball game, and this is already the second quarter. He has played a lot of minutes, 10 and a half. John Felicilda, in the absence of Ray Mogat, is back on the floor here. And what happened to those other guys? Jacob Baila. UST, ang amo ng bola.
Wow.
It's like they have a remote for that basketball. Nick Cabanero on the move. The setup for the 3 to catch and shoot! Gets his first basket, and that's a 3-pointer.
I mean, Nick may not be on the board for points, but he is definitely on the board for assists right now.
That's another pasalubong for UST from him.
Wow, it seems like they are getting chances at the rim, but they just cannot finish.
Osang almost. Like he was bumped by a couple of players. There was already the initial contact.
Talking foul on number 27, Andres. That's his third foul. His third team foul.
Andres is going to be called for his third personal foul.
Shooting two, Victor Osa.
And free throws brought to us by ABC Tile Adhesive. Sigurado ka dito. He got his rest before we ended the first quarter. Nothing much has changed about his energy level that we're seeing here in the second period for Peter Osang.
It seems like it's only going up, actually.
Too much for that Preston, missed both free throws. Look at the pressure defense. Oh! There's an open look
There
for
you
a
go.
three.
That was very timely for UP, now only down 21 points.
Iniguez, UST getting an offensive rebound courtesy of Nick Caballero, and Fortsky has it. Fortsky on the move. Fortsky.
Offensive, yep.
Forced the issue that time around.
A little bit. I feel like he had the lane already.
That's his first foul.
Yung iba kasi naghahanap pa ng foul.
They want the N1. They're not satisfied
Yeah.
with the 2 points.
Five minutes and 40.
Harold is back in the game, so let's see if he can turn things around a little bit.
Anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah, from
UP's calling on anyone.
Yes.
There you go. Simple.
Iniguez back-to-back baskets for him. He's got 8 points. There's the defense. Peter Osang managed to retrieve the basketball here for UST. Fortsky crowded. Caballero on the move.
Good defense by Feliciuda, putting up with the size advantage over there.
So now they're making the stops, UP, but can they add up to more baskets?
Can they convert?
Halfway here in the second quarter. So Iniguez with a couple of baskets for UP. Who else? Shot clock is down to 7 for UP. And Francis Zoruja knocking it down from mid-range. Lead is 17 for UST. Nick Caballero. Fortsky, long distance shot, offensive rebound. Chelo Crisostomo could not hang on to the basketball.
It seems like Nick is definitely being aggressive getting to the rim, but not getting an easy shot, that's for sure.
He's sharing the basketball instead of going for shots himself. Well, that's okay. They still have the 17-point advantage. But UP is making some headway plays, at least that's what we have seen. And Francis Zoruja could add up again. This is a good run already for UP.
Yep, they need to keep exploiting that pick and roll situation. I think UST is having a hard time guarding it right off of the bat when it's like one of the second motions that they do.
Crisostomo trying to get close to the basket. UP making another stop. UP.
Numbers.
Oh. Wait. It's going to be a double foul in the backcourt.
A little unfortunate because UP did have the 4-on-3 advantage down there.
Iniguez and Crisostomo.
And number 30, Miguel Iniguez, that's his first foul, 4 on UP.
sayang the opportunity for UP when they had the numbers in transition. But they're getting a good run here. 3:36 to play. Lead has been cut down to 15.
And their assists are definitely going up. They already have 6 more in the second quarter.
Noruka.
Oh.
Almost. He's fouled.
Yeah, without Osang there, he's able to get a much better shot off and the rebound. So they need to cap. Oh.
They heard you. They heard you.
They heard me. They said, no more. That is the last time you're getting a rebound.
Free throws here for Peter Osang. Francis Noruka, I'm sorry. Peter Osang actually checking back into the ball game. Finally getting the feel of the game. And it only happened here in the second period. Better late than never, as they say, for UP. UST Growling Tigers will have to call the ceasefire, a timeout here with 3 minutes and 20, up 37-24.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka, pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. The only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
Plastic and General All-Purpose Epoxy. Palabahan sa kahit anong dikitan.
Welcome back. 3 minutes and 20 remaining here in the first half. UP has found some sort of an energy source, at least for the past 3 minutes here in the second period. As they try to close in, they're just down by 13. Once again, Benji Santiago, Camille Clarin, and May Reyes at courtside. And you and me have been working like since this morning? All right. They call the timeout, and let's see what could progress here for UST. There's a foul called against UP. Harold Alarcon. And another, it's a penalty situation once again for UP.
Yeah, both teams in penalty.
Talk to me, what kind of an adjustment did UP, as for your observation, what did they do? At least, you know, as compared to the first quarter.
I think they're simplifying it. They're moving the ball around. That's what we weren't seeing as much in the first quarter. As a team that averages almost 23, 24 assists a game, that's where they need to get their scores.
39-24 inside 3 minutes of the first half.
There you go. Get the size advantage. Kick it out. Great read.
There you go. John Felicilda with his first basket. Coach Bo Perasol, there's a little brightness on his face right now. As he sees UP trying to rally here in the second period. Peter Osang against Francis Noruka with the left-handed jump hook. Peter Osang, that's only his 4th point, and he's got 8 rebounds across his name. And here's UP.
Oh, he read the spin.
Crisostomo hesitated with a long distance shot. Goes baseline.
Good rebound. Push the ball. There you go.
Oh, managing to get it and go down. Harold Alarcon talking to Peter Osang.
Oh, got a little feisty down there. It's a little ego thing, you know, when they get the N1 on you, they have a little celebration.
Yeah.
You don't want to, you know, took it a little too personally.
Being aggressive, Harold Alarcon, a little bit of a hang time move. Oh, Peter Osang
with the words.
John Felicilda. I
Coming
thought
out
he
of
was trying to
nowhere.
break up the two players.
Did not look like it.
He kind of bumped Peter Osang that time around. But the referees were there. Let's see how they will actually call it. Grabe.
He just had Harold's back, you know, teammate to teammate.
So we await. Things are beginning to look up and well for UP Fighting Maroons. We can understand, of course, the level of energy has really gone up after making consecutive baskets, making the necessary stops. And that's an end one play for Harold Alarcon. So they count the basket. What else is going to be announced here?
Upon review, foul on number 12, Ice Danting. That's his first foul.
Well, the thing has been called for the foul.
Yep, the N1 on Harold. But what else?
And so many things have happened already.
Way to kill the momentum, guys.
Yeah, that's right. It's a venue announcer trying to gather all the details that he could actually announce here. So we'll be able to find out. Okay. Isa-isa lang muna.
I know that.
So Danting with a foul. What's next?
Upon review, technical foul on UP Fighting Maroons. Number 18, Harold Alarcon, that's his third foul. And number 20, John Felicilda, that's his first foul.
So they did see
Technical
John
foul
John.
on UST Growling Tigers, number 0, Peter Osang, that's his third foul.
Ooh, that changes things. Third foul on Osa, but also third foul on Harold.
That's what I'm just wondering about. Harold Alarcon made the basket. Why was he called for a foul?
It might have been the exchange of words after, the little bump.
Yeah, of course, the technical foul is also counted as a personal foul.
Unfortunately, because he was just getting his momentum.
John Felicilda also involved in that play, called for. So these are all technical fouls.
So how many free throws are we getting?
Yeah,
This is
that's what I'm trying to figure out, okay? It's getting to be a long lull here. We still have 1 minute and 58 to play here in the second quarter.
Okay, well, let's break it down. Last 2 minutes before halftime, both teams are in penalty, down 13. For UP, I mean...
There was that basket by Harold Alarcon. So Danting fouled him. And then after he made a basket, he falls down. And Peter Osang was saying something while looking down at him while he was still on the floor.
And Harold did not like that.
Okay. Now there are these free throws for Kyle Paranada. Okay, and...
So there's the first set of free throws. Now Harold for the N1. Or for the technical.
This is supposed to be the bonus free throw. Okay, so may sobra lang na technical foul. That's why.
So it cancels out the other.
Yes. Okay, Harold de la Corona doesn't seem to have any problem seeking that bonus free throw, but he's got 2 personal fouls already. Raylan Torres coming in for him with less than 2 minutes to play. UP really made some headway here in the second period with his 20-13 scoring run. Nick Caballero.
5 seconds.
Can't get it to go down, and a loose ball foul could be against Chico Briones. And both teams already in penalty.
At least UP is doing a good job at limiting Nick. One out of the many scores that we've been seeing today.
All part of the rally, being physical and everything. You know, those technical fouls that have been called here.
Yeah, despite the score, both teams are very competitive.
Like so many technical fouls have been called in just one sequence that time around. Peter also continues to miss right now from the line. He missed both. 42-29. And UP, again, it's a 20-14 scoring run. UP getting aggressive, trying to hand off inside. Both teams in penalty. Another foul. That'll mean free throws for the Fighting Maroons.
Number 10, General Crisostomo penalty. That's his second foul.
We really haven't seen them going up and down. I mean, compared to the previous game of Ayak and Litran. It seems like they're not tolerating all the extra contact here.
And there sure have been a lot of players shooting free throws because both are already in penalty. Wala ning up and down, sayang.
Yeah.
Francis Oruka with an offensive rebound.
He can definitely take advantage now that Osang has 3 fouls. He can be more aggressive.
UP is now just down by 10. UST but have run out of ammunition. Kyle Paranada, no!
Oh, Francis got in the way a little. Felicioda getting back to Paranada on that screen action.
At this time,
There
in
you
that
go, back at
shaded
the
area,
line.
yes. That will be number 3 on him. Chelo Crisostomo, very important player here for UST, getting a little carried away.
Yeah, right now both of the teams are shooting just around 50% from the free throw line, but UST has 11 more, almost 10 more attempts than UP does at the line.
The most important thing here for UP is just they're just down by 13. Earlier, it was even closer. They were just down by 10.
Yeah.
Basically 44 seconds to play here in the first half. And Francis Noruca, who's got 12 in the ball game along with his 7 rebounds, missing on the front end of his free throws here, but he gets the second one to go down.
UP, no more fouls. Get good stops and convert on the last possession.
Kyle Paranada.
Great defense.
Noruca
With the outlet pass too.
Oh, Oh, and then a shot block at the other end for UST. Ball is loose. Who's got it?
Okay, guys, 20 seconds still.
They go long distance, hitting it again. Amila Sino, I do believe that's his third three-pointer.
I mean, the confidence to be like, we don't need to hold it for the last possession. An open shot is an open shot, I guess.
UP could not get it to go down. There's still time, not anymore. Well, UP has come alive here in the second quarter. But before we ended this second period, UST back to how they were actually doing it in the early stages of this ball game. They were just up by 10. There was that threat from UP, and all of a sudden they begin to wax out again. A couple of three-pointers before we ended the second period. 48-33 here for UST. We are at the half.
Itong part na to.
Si Vic Soto na ata ang pinakaswerteng tao sa Pilipinas. Kahit hindi niya alam, kahit hindi niya sinasadya. Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
PlayTime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo. Swerte sa akin ng PlayTime. You're welcome.
Yes! Don't worry. The Only with Smart's Power All 99. Hindi bitin ang benta with only TikTok or Facebook plus 10 gig data and more. Load now!
Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
Playtime. Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Swerte sa akin ang Playtime. You're welcome.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
El General All-Purpose Epoxy, palabangan sa kahit anong dikitan.
Sa ABC sigurado ka, sa dikitan di ka papalya. Sa ABC sigurado ka, pulido ang trabaho di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Itong part na to.
Okay po.
Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
Playtime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Swerte sa akin ang Playtime. You're welcome.
El General All-Purpose Epoxy, palabangan sa kahit anong dikitan.
And yes, we have just ended 2 quarters of this ball game. UST Growling Tigers still up 48-33 against the UP Fighting Maroons, but it was a different UP Fighting Maroons before we closed out the second period. And here's the story in numbers. Benji Santiago, Camille Karin. Camille, do the honors.
It almost seems like when we look at the stat line that it should be switched. UP has shot almost 50% from the 3 in their previous game, so to see them shoot only 18%, I think that's where you can really pinpoint a lot of their struggles too. And it seems like UST did something different with their 3s because they're shooting 45.
Well, we can all remember Kyle Paranada actually started off this ball game with a couple of 3-pointers. And everything just rubbed off easily for the Growling Tigers. As we take a look at Jello Crisostomo, he's got 3 personal fouls, but managed to come up with 15 points along with Kyle Paranada, both in double figures. Emil Asido, that's 3 3-pointers that he knocked down for a total of 9. Francis Norupa is the only player in double figures with his 13. Miguel Iniguez trying to pick up on the slack of some of the offensive UP with a couple of 3-pointers. Raylan Torres, the first guy to score. As we take a look at Fortsky Padrigao and Harold Alarcon, what seems to be the progress here, Camille?
I mean, it does seem like they're awfully quiet for this game, especially Harold, but I think that Fortsky is able to almost chill because a lot of the people, especially Kyle, is really picking up the pace, really setting the tone for UST. So I think Harold needs to do the same if they want UP to be back in the game.
There's got to be a lot of those adjustments that we expect to happen here between these 2 teams. And taking a look, June 12, it might be a holiday, but not for us. EAC Generals will kick off things 10 a.m. versus the Mapua Cardinals. CSB Blazers versus San Sebastian will follow. And then Perpetual Help versus Letran for a 3rd game. And then the UP Fighting Maroons will be back in action on June 12. That'll be a Thursday versus the FAU Tamaraw. So looking forward to that schedule and all of the games. So be with us on that day. Anyway, you can just chill and relax. No work, no school. And for us, no problem bringing to you the excitement of what's happening here for PlayTime Cares Filoil EcoOil set their 18th Preseason Cup. So Buenaflor is just about ready to see action here. So many players have managed to come up with some of those interesting moves that they have managed to do, especially in the second quarter for the UP Fighting Maroons. And remember that sequence when we had technical fouls that have been called in just one sequence of play.
What was it, 3 at a time?
Stranger things have happened, as we say. Anyways, we're just about ready to give you the action here in the second half.
Stevens is back on the floor after starting but not necessarily making that big of an impact.
He would usually start the ball game here for the UP Fighting Maroons.
Let's see if he can stay in the game.
So UP will get possession to open up the second half of action.
Good rescreen.
Rylan Torres going Francis Noruka! Get out of the way!
I mean, he could have easily settled for a little free throw jumper, but for him to get in the paint.
And Peter Rosang, this is also equivalent to just 2 points.
Yeah.
Just banking it in like that. So Francis Noruka with that throw down. And then trying to wake up UP in this ball game. They're down 15. Peter Osang only 6 points. Noruka almost.
From the 3 again.
And here's Peter Osang tonight.
Great defense by Jacob.
So the complete rejection because ball will be going back to the UP Fighting Maroons. Still trying to pick up from where they left off. Waxing hot before we ended the second period. A good run. Stevens playing the outside.
Jacob's been a little silent this game, so it'd be good to see him get a lot more paint touches in the second half.
Good stop by UST.
Great one more. Sorry, miss.
Milacido, that was an open look.
There you go.
Jacob Bile. Oh, wow. Kimmy Bassett, Gani Stevens trying to follow up. There's a foul called against UST. And this is a Smart Power All 99 Smart Power Dunk. Load now. Would you believe me if I tell you, Camille, that's just his first?
I would not.
I think he had 3 when they went up against DLSU. And that's a real good way to open up the second half here for UP.
But we do need to see more contribution from the other big men of UP because it seems like he's carrying the weight all himself right now.
And Peter Osang handling best the situation between him and Francis Noruka going one-on-one.
There's a battle between our FSAs right now.
8 points for Peter Osang.
Good lift. Nice one, John.
John Pelesilda getting away, was able to squeeze in a layup right there.
Yep, as someone with his size, he should definitely be using his speed against these guys. Find the gap somehow.
Forced to a turnover by UP. And there's Coach Peter Martin giving out extra instructions to some of the players on the bench for UST. They may be up by 15, but UP has gotten aggressive It's Francis Noru, a slashing move to the basket. He's got 17.
He is being real aggressive. There you go, force the turnover.
Oh! Could have been a goaltending. Not at all bothered if the referees are going to come up with a whistle or not. Play continues. UST getting a 3 to go down. Santo has got 4 3-pointers here in this ball game.
They need to be a little more aware. UP needs to be a little more aware of who's hot right now, because it seems like he's getting a lot of open shots.
And it's Francis Noruca who still continues to lead UP Fighting Maroons with their offense. Peter Osang is down on the floor. The duel between Peter Osang and Francis Noruca, especially in the paint.
Francis has 17 points in 16 minutes of play. I mean, you can't really ask for much more from him right now.
Not from him, but most probably from his teammates.
Yep. But it's good. John Jen's getting to the paint. We see Baila trying to contribute as well.
But for UST, Peter Osang has been sacrificing each and every part of his body here in this ball game. We turn you over right now to May Reyes.
A battle between FSAs is what we might be seeing right now, just like you mentioned, Benji and CC. But to tell you more about our matchup, Francis Noruca told me he's actually friends with Peter Osang from UST, both from Nigeria. They played multiple times together with and against each other. But today is their first time to play against each other here in the Philippines. And so with good luck in their exchanges from earlier, let's see if this will be a friendly or fiery matchup in this center. Now back to you, Benji and CC.
It is turning out to be the highlight of this ball game between those two FSAs. But Peter Osang is on the bench right now. Not exactly sure if they're attending to him. Guess he just needed some rest. And Jacob Baila getting the mid-range jumper to go down. We get a 12-point game. Fortsky lets it fly. No. And here comes UP again. Francis Noruca. De La Silda floats it up. Gary Stevens denied. UP still has the basketball. Francis Noruca. And talk about the most valuable object on the floor, that basketball. What a ball game. Don't look at the score. Just watch the action. 5-24, 55-43 for UST. We have a timeout.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka. Pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Playtime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Sa ABC, sigurado ka. Pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Back here, third quarter, 5 minutes and 24. And UST, whatever UP is doing, still trying to hold them off here. And trying to bounce back after the loss to FEU. Incidentally, FEU will be the next assignment for UP in our next scheduled playing day. This coming June 12, Independence Day. Do check out some of the other schedules, but we won't remiss actually in handing to you and letting you know what's going to happen. Look at that! Portsky Padrigao binit-bit yung bola for the layup.
Great pass by Fortea.
Gary Stevens, I do believe that's his first basket. Yes, indeed, his first two. Oops!
There you go.
It's a stop for UP. But UST also making their own stop here. Nick Caballero challenging Francis Noruga, making his first layup. It seems like a lot of people, even Camille was asking, when is Nick Caballero going to make a basket?
Yeah, I had to look at the stat sheet real quick to see that that was his first basket.
He was sharing the ball earlier, even back in the first half. This fast break of the game brought to us by ABC Tile Adhesive, Sigurado Cadito. And imagine challenging Francis Noruga.
I mean, first basket of the game and they're up 14.
Still maintaining the lead here in this ball game. Oh, good looking shot right there from the corner. It's a three-pointer. Iniguez. Time down to 4 minutes and 12. Gani Stevens tapping the ball out. Oh, what's going on here? Extra action, not necessarily needed on the floor here.
We're getting a lot of extra action here today.
Some extracurricular activities. So Nick Caballero is now involved.
Here we go again with the multiple technical fouls.
So it's Raylan Torres and Nick Caballero.
Another quits action because both players are being handed the technicals.
I'm just wondering, what if the score was even closer than this?
Oh, yeah. Right? They're up by 11 and you see them still going at it.
Both teams wanting to get back into their winning ways, of course, after those heartbreaking losses in the previous games. Chico Briones will pick up foul number 2. And free throws being brought to us by ABC Tile Adhesive, Sigurado Cadito. Able to cash in, Dylan Estacio. 59-48 here. Lead is still double figures for UST. Nice fake.
Good fake.
And the ball decides to go for Raylan Torres. He just got fired up after being called for a technical earlier.
And now UP's within 10 points.
That's right, the lead is just up 9 for UST. Not anymore, back in double figures. Rigelo Crisostomo not even bothered. If he has 3 personal fouls, he's most probably just concentrating on offense right now. Lead up 11. Gani Stevens with a post move here. Turns.
There you go. Way to stick with it. He knew he had the position.
He's got 4 points. He's got 4 rebounds.
Fortea looking hyped up against this matchup. Good defense. Way to stay disciplined.
And UP right now. Time.
Bit in.
Caballero right there for the rebound. Crisostomo being held down. Two players on the floor.
Carla is not on the floor.
Sino ba talaga? What? Parang dapat yata si Raylan Torres eh.
Correction.
Yeah.
Foul on number 2, Raylan Torres. That's his 4th personal foul.
Ooh, Raylan Torres coming off the bench. It was the first guy to score for UP in this ball game. It is Jello Crisostomo. He's got 18 right now after making that first free throw.
And now that puts UP at penalty. So last 2.5 minutes, they need to be more disciplined and not give as much fouls up.
Sean Alter returns to replace Gani Stevens for UP. Terence Fortea matched up against Fortsky Padrigao. Trying to quicken the pace of the action. Harold Alarcon will go to the line for 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul, 4 on UST. 2 free throws for Harold Alarcon.
Harold Alarcon.
These free throws are proving to be not ideal.
Not only that, just stuck with 3 points. Make that 4 for Harold Alarcon. We know he could actually come up with more.
Yep. And this was the gym that he hit his all-time high, so maybe in the 4th quarter we'll see that.
Somehow entering the ball game, and maybe UST pretty much aware of what Harold Alarcon was able to do here in this venue. He is a marked man. 63-53, 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Sean Alter keeps it alive in play for UP.
Great kick out.
And a basket and boot with Harold Alarcon picking up on his numbers here before we end the 3rd quarter.
Fortea didn't even have to look at him. It's that connection.
Fortsky cannot answer back. Both teams in penalty. Taking a look at this. 3-point shot of the quarter brought to us by Jangnan Hotpot. Hotpot ba Jangnan. 7 points for Harold Alarcon. Nick Cabanero, that's only his 3rd point. Imagine these two guys, Harold Alarcon, Nick Cabanero. But only the number of points that they managed to come up with here in this ball game.
A little far cry from their average.
We'll see. We still have the full 4th quarter still happening in just a little while. This is just a minute and 20 here in the 3rd. UP unable. Empty possession. Fortsky almost losing it. Recovers. Crisostomo with a handoff. Cabanero. Shot clock is down to 7. He spins. He turns.
Wow.
Hand up inside.
So coming back from Gila's stint, did he become a point guard? Because these assists are super impressive.
Well, he made some plans for himself, returning to action here for UST. And trying to broaden what he can do here for the Growling Tigers.
Now we are finally seeing that up and down that we were hoping for earlier.
Yeah. Squeezing in, just couldn't get it to drop. Certainly got to be a long afternoon for Terence Fortea, only managing 2 points here in this ball game. He had 17 when they lost out to DLSU.
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
22 seconds to play here in the 3rd. UP with the basketball.
And Great patience by Sean Alter. I think he's been showing that patience on offense and defense. At least now he's on the board.
This is where he is most comfortable with, near the basket, near that shaded area, especially with his size. But only his first 2 points, nevertheless.
It was a great find by Harold also from that inbound.
So it's like everybody's trying to add up to what they could come up with in every ball game now. All part of the preps and the progress that they're trying to come up with before the regular season would start.
Yeah, I know UP definitely puts an emphasis on their skills with Better Basketball, part of their program. I think that you can see the games of each player develop.
This is now just an 8-point basketball lead for UST. Portsky floating it up. There's still time here. A second remaining. Are they aware for UP?
Not aware. They could have got a shot.
But once again, the UP Fighting Maroons fighting tooth and nail and winning in this quarter once again. Which with their 26-19 scoring run against UST Growling Tigers. Taking a look at some of the sequence and the action that actually we have witnessed in the third period. The exchange of baskets, the hustle plays, and everybody getting involved. The execution. It's still UST 67-59 against UP.
Sa ABC sigurado ka, pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
Playtime. Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis. Swerte sa akin ang Playtime. You're welcome.
Hindi mo tayo makakabenta!
Yes!
Don't worry! The Unleash with Smart's Power All 99. Hindi bitin ang benta with only TikTok or Facebook plus 10 gig data and more. Load now!
Sa ABC sigurado ka, pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Down to the final 10 minutes of this ball game. And UST basically trying to hang on to a lead, but UP, another great quarter for them. Let's see how it ends here in the final 10 minutes. Benji Santiago and Camille Clarin, along with May Reyes. UST opens up this quarter. Ball on their side. Can they make the first basket? Nope.
Great box out by Sean and Jacob down low. Let's see if they can convert on that stop.
Sean Alter and one!
That wheel around is very effective right now.
Take a look at that play, yes.
Good on Jacob to find him diving down low. There you go, and now, just like that, 5 points.
Sure are back. It was a long climb for the UP Fighting Maroons.
$23 points to 5 points. Got to give them credit for that, for sure.
Kyle Paranada.
He's been a bit silent.
That's right, for about a couple of quarters now.
Oh, great defense by Niguez.
Kyle Paranada, this is a forced shot. UP got a piece of that. Down by just 5.
That's a mismatch. Oh, great extra.
Sean Alter, this could be big. Peter Rossa back on the floor, lost the basketball.
Seems like Inigas is really getting his flow in this game. He's playing with confidence and I think really helping UP out today.
On defense and also throwing great guns with his long distance shots, but not that time around for UP. 67-62. Jacob Baila. Well, can't blame him.
Quality minutes by Sean Alter. Let's see if Francis can change things up right now.
Give it a tap on the broad shoulders of him. Sean Alter going back to the bench. UST just hangs on and holds on to a 5-point lead. Offensive rebound.
Oh, they got lucky with that one.
Emil Acedo called for the error, the turnover.
That could have been an easy 2 for UST.
And here comes UP again. Nice fake.
Ooh, slow stop.
Harold Alarcon is going to the line.
It seems like he's really putting an emphasis on getting to the basket, not necessarily staying on the perimeter where he usually is most comfortable.
Well, that's his job. Free throws brought to you by ABC Tile Adhesive. Sigurado ka dito. 8 points for Harold Alarcon. But the most important thing is they have managed to chop down this deficit, and they're just down right now by 3.
Now we have a ball game.
Imagine if the ball game has started this way. Well, anyways, that's already part of history, what happened earlier. And what we're going for is what's going to happen here.
Crisostomo's having himself a day.
Jello Crisostomo, and was able to nurse those 3 personal fouls. He's taking care of himself here. 3-pointer. Nope. That's what I'm talking about right there. Emil Acedo with that rebound. They're going to call a charge here on UST.
Way to sacrifice your body. Those are the little plays that'll get them back in the game.
Take a look at this rebound of the quarter brought to us by Bostik El General, all-purpose epoxy. All right, patamo na natin si May.
The UP Fighting Maroons may be missing the services of Jerry Abadiano and Ray Remoga today since they're not suited up, but that's also the sign for the next man up, especially in Jacob Baila, who's also back from Italy. Now, after struggling in the first half, the UP Fighting Maroons needed to be as one and play as one. Their energy leaving the dugout after that halftime break wasn't at an all-time high, but it definitely alerted their sense of urgency and intensity coming in this second half. And so, with both teams thirsty to bounce back from a loss, who do you think is more parched today, Benji and CC?
Oh, we were so engrossed in almost all of the plays that other players have been actually coming up with here in this ball game. Oh nga pala, wala nga pala si Jerry Abadiano. I just noticed that. Sorry.
Abadiano is gone, Remoga is gone. Great forward pass. Oh!
Harold Alarcon kept us in suspense. If that ball was going to drop for him, we got a 4-point game. Pressure defense, hustle plays. UST was able to get it back.
Baila again sacrificing his body just for that steal. That's what was lacking, honestly, in the first half. We didn't see guys as aggressive for the ball, the second chance points.
And fast wave the game brought to us by ABC Tile Adhesive. Sigurado ka dito. That was Harold Alarcon with the layup. Six minutes and 17. Still, what a remarkable climb for UP.
And UST is one foul away from being in penalty, so let's see if UP can capitalize on that.
Gani Stevens, post move inside, up with a shot. UST is able to make a stop. Portsky lets it fly! Not too much from Portsky Padrigao, but consider it. This is one of the most important baskets here in this ball game, especially when we're as close. This 7-point ball game and a lot of time, 5.5 to play. Noruka against Osa.
He's doing a good job for somebody with 3 fouls.
Portsky couldn't do it 2 in a row.
Oh. A little bit of a forced pass there.
And a good read for Portsky.
Yep.
Nick Caballero. Nope.
Go, take a breather.
Now they're being patient with their offense. Whoa, tough break here for UP.
Yeah. I definitely think they were hoping for the opposite call on that one.
It's like Harold Alarcon actually wanted for that to happen, but it backfired somehow. Four minutes and 38. This is what they're saying when Bilog ang bola, 73-66 for UST.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka, pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Playtime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo.
El General All-Purpose Epoxy, palabangan sa kahit anong dikitan.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka, pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
All right, 4 minutes and 38 to play, 73-66 for UST. What's keeping them on top and what's holding off UP? At least it's what we're seeing here in this ball game. But truly, everybody who's inside a venue is getting involved. We can see them cheering on, you know.
Yeah, the crowd is really getting into it. I mean, from a 23-point deficit down to 7. This is what we want to see.
And Nick Caballero getting aggressive here. Gets it off the window.
Back to remind us that he too is a scorer, although he has been only contributing on the assist side today.
He's got 6 points. He's got 4 assists and 4 rebounds.
Oh, tough break. Oh, okay.
Fortsky puts UST in penalty with 4 minutes and 11 to play. Jacob Baila, impressive. But of course, ball game far from over. Gani Stevens at the line. They're down by 9. Five points, 4 rebounds for Gani Stevens. As you were saying.
Definitely there was a sense of relief after that make. After going 0 for 2, now he's 2 for 2. And they definitely need that because they are not shooting well from the free throw line.
Every scoring opportunity needs to count here, especially for UP.
Exactly.
UST cannot afford to relax. Nick Caballero. And this is what I'm talking about. Time to go to work.
Give him a little bit of space in the mid-range.
8 points for Nick Caballero. Gani Stevens lost the ball. And Mark Lemon has got 7 points to go along with his 4 rebounds. And making it another double-figure advantage here for UST.
Back to the line for UP.
Yes, UST already in penalties, so free throws here for UP. Raylan Torres has got 5 points and 5 rebounds at the line. UP shooting 14 of 25 from the free throw line. Quick move. Oh, the putback right there by Peter Osang.
It's the missed box out. It's killing UP right now.
And they just replaced Francis Sorugo, John Felicida on the floor. Gani Stevens.
Great drop pass by Raylan.
10-point game. Slicing the defense, kind of. It worked out for Fortsky Padrigao that time around. Fortsky has managed to come up with 10 points. Taking a look at that. Between the legs. Brought to you by PlayTime Cares. Elevating the next generation of Filipino athletes. We have a timeout, 83-71 UST.
Sa ABC, sigurado ka, pulido ang trabaho, di ka papalya. ABC, sigurado ka dito.
Playtime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Taas nun, ha? Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Ang bilis! Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo.
Hindi mo tayo makakabenta!
Yes!
Don't worry! Be unleashed with Smart's Power All 99. Hindi bitin ang benta with only TikTok or Facebook plus 10 gig data and more. Load now!
Time down to 2 minutes and 36. And we got a 12-point ball game here. UST still on top. Never have they relinquished the lead here to UP. They want to quicken the pace of their offense, I guess, when they replace Francis Naruka with John Felicilda on the floor here for the Fighting Maroons. Kaya pa ba?
If they convert on this possession, there's a chance. 2.5 minutes, it's a lot of time.
They have another chance, going for the three, knocking it down. Raylan Torres.
They were within 10 again. Let's see if they can get a stop.
So we enter at the 2-minute mark. UP back-to-back baskets after the timeout. John Felicilda scoring, putting the pressure in UST. Terence Fortea. Look at this. So they needed some baskets, and they were able to get some. Well, actually, a couple of plays that they were able to score. And without Francis Naruka on the floor, putting a lot of pressure on Peter Osang.
Not seeing a little bit of a travel there.
Might have gotten away with the extra steps as they put the pressure on Peter Osang. Now he needs to be replaced. Kyle Paranada is back for UST. Portsky will inbound.
Good extra pass.
Oh, big basket. Big Caballero.
Wow.
Oh. They're still trying to fight back. Raylan Torres hitting another three. Two-possession game.
Oh, that's a basket. Yep.
You knew it. You knew it.
He just needs a little bit of space, and he's so effective.
Nick Caballero with 13 points in the game. Just trust your teammates. That's the way it's working here. Fortsky going to Nick Caballero. Welcome back, amigo.
There you go. Make the next, down 7 only. 1 minute to go.
Folks, once again, we're trying to remind you that this is UST versus UP. It's not OKC versus Indiana. Jacob Baila will be fielded back into the ball game here. Raylan Torres had a couple of those nice-looking three-pointers. 88-81 UST. Just in case UST wins this ball game, as they put a lot of pressure here on Fortsky Padrigal. This is also kind of a learning experience for the Growling Tigers to be leading by as much as 24 points and letting the opponent come back in style. But it's UP.
It's UP, yeah. You expect them to still put up a fight all the way until the buzzer.
In fact, without Rayleigh Morgat and Jerry Abadiano. Oh!
Oh no! The Gigil definitely set in on that possession.
There was frustration when the ball was taken away from UP. Fortsky, Padrigal. And who's down on the floor? That was a hard foul.
Oh, it was Chrysostom? Yeah.
Upon review, the foul on Harold Alarcon is upgraded to a disqualifying foul.
Disqualifying foul. Excessive, not necessary.
Is out of the playing court.
Harold Alarcon going for that block. Let's see. Did it turn out to be overdone here? Oh, yun lang.
I would say a little bit.
Correction, it's a disqualifying foul called on number 18, Harold Alarcon.
So it's not a disqualifying foul. So he can come back.
So are we going to see him come out of the dugout again?
All right.
Harold Alarcon is still out of the playing court for committing a technical foul earlier. Combination for the disqualifying foul.
Oh, okay.
The combination was the one that kicked him out.
Interesting things, again, more and more have been happening here in this ball game. It's not even a minute remaining, and all these things. Rogelio Crisostomo now can smile, and putting the cushion to their lead here, up to 9 right now with 47.5 seconds.
That puts Chrysostomo's total at 22 points. Very impressive outing.
And as I was saying earlier for UST, there's still a lot of lesson to be learned here.
Yep.
You cannot relax even when you're up 24. And you're up against a champion team in UP. And that's to consider UP have been the 2-time champions here in this preseason cup. 36 seconds to play. UP's not going to go down easy. A great effort here. As for UST, bouncing back after losing to FEU. Incidentally, FEU will be facing UP this coming Thursday.
And FEU right now is undefeated.
That's right. And UP will suffer back-to-back losses. UST will try to go back, will actually have done it already, getting back to their winning ways at the expense of the UP Fighting Maroons. What a ball game this has turned out to be. Ang daming pagkikwentuhan para sa ball game na ito. From the start, like every quarter has its own story until we ended up this way. 1981, a victory for the UST Growling Tigers. A lot of these players could end up most probably checking on their bodies, black and blue and everything.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact in this game, and I think that first quarter deficit definitely caught up with UP at the end.
So USC is able to bounce back from a loss, and this time they led by as much as 24 points. They were just taking care of a 4-point lead in one sequence, but was able to stave off the rally by the UP Fighting Maroons. So we take a look at Rogelio Crisostomo, ending up as the heavy-duty player of the game with his 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, and was able to nurse early 3 personal fouls against him. And look at them with all the smiles and everything, like thinking they are so glad it's finally over.
There were too many close calls from a 23-point lead.
Yeah, and of course they were just able to handle the situation. Even Francis Zoruca, well, he only had one dunk. But Peter Osang really was right there. Powered by Smart Power All 99. Get Unli Facebook or TikTok plus 10 gigabytes data and Unli calls and texts for 7 days. Load now. Once again, it's UST getting a win over UP, 90-81. And everybody contributed. Nicely done for the Growling Tigers. Taking a look at how it ended here. The 42% shooting from UST and limiting the 37% effort of UP Fighting Maroons. The turnovers, they had more. UST 17-11 here, but the points in the paint also UP 38-28. It's a good thing they were up 24 early.
They were able to fend off all of those attempts at coming back from UP.
That's the way it has been done here. And taking a look at the key matchup, Fortsky Padrigal has managed to come up with 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Harold Alarcon, despite getting ejected, had 11, 5 and 2 for his name. Somehow a losing cause for the UP Fighting Maroons. And this is how it looks right now. UST going up with its 3-1. FEU is still yet to be beaten, along with DLSU 2-0. UP Fighting Maroons will have it 2 wins and 2 losses. The Bulldogs 1-2. Adamson and UE have yet to come up with wins for the UAAP bracket. And our schedule this coming June 12th, the Independence Day. Enjoy your freedom watching EAC Generals going up against Mapua Cardinals. CSB Blazers will take on San Sebastian College, and then Perpetual will take on Letran, and UP will be back again to test the mettle of FEU Tamaraos, who have yet to lose at 4 p.m. So for all of us right here, for May, Camille Clarin, this is Benji Santiago saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the ball games.
Itong part na to.
Si Vic Soto na ata ang pinakaswerteng tao sa Pilipinas. Kahit hindi niya alam, kahit hindi niya sinasadya. Swerte si Vic. Ikaw kaya, subukan mo sa
PlayTime. Pinakamataas sa cashback sa 2%. Guaranteed 10 minutes ang cash out. Over 2,500 games para maraming chances manalo. Swerte sa akin ang PlayTime. You're welcome.